Ms. Kwame Boachidankwa. I'm a forensic psychologist. I have a degree in criminology and also master's in forensic. And I'm the president and a founder of Ghana Advocacy Group. You know, talking about criminal justice reform means a lot to me because that's my area. I'm also a private detective. So my question to you right now is that what are some of the measures that you're going to put in place when it comes to criminal justice, racial profiling, police brutality? I mean, talking about criminalization and also mass incarceration, and when it comes to the African community, because it's like a lot of things are happening to Africans, and then we don't seem to have a voice. So we need somebody like you to get there and also sort of stand up for us and then fight for us. So we hope that you're going to win, and we are all going to sort of help you to get there. So that's my question to you.
Yes, thank you so much for that. So I can tell you that I was the first public defender ever elected to the Virginia General Assembly. And for those of you on the call who don't know what a public defender is, if you are too poor to pay for an attorney and you are charged with a crime in Virginia, then you get a public defender, which is a court-appointed attorney. And it is my job to represent you, to protect your constitutional rights, to ensure that you get the best outcome possible, and that's what I've dedicated my life to. And I could tell you that we are overworked, we are underpaid, but when I say that I'm a public defender, I'm not telling you what I do, I'm telling you who I am. I'm telling you that I'm willing to forego getting, paid, hundreds of thousands of dollars, because I could have been a corporate attorney and I could have been a fancy high paid lobbyist, but I chose to fight for the people. I chose to give a voice to the voiceless. I chose to fight for those who can't fight for themselves. And that's what's important. And I can tell you the majority of my clients are undocumented immigrants. They are Black, brown individuals. They are children. They are people who are suffering from mental illness and substance abuse. And these are the people that I fight for in that courtroom every single day. So as a legislator, I'm proud to have carried, for example, the bill to legalize marijuana, because that was one of the largest racial justice issues we had here in Virginia. Black people were being stopped, charged, and convicted at 4 times the rate of white people for simple possession of marijuana for personal use, even though we have almost identical rates of possession and usage as white people. Officers were using it as a pretext to be able to pull Black people over and profile and be able to say, hey, I want to search your car. I want to do this. I want to do that. So being able to finally pass that legislation was huge. I opened a public defender's office in Prince William County, the second most populated county in all of Virginia, to ensure that people had access to an attorney and representation, even if they can't afford one. Ending the practice of suspending driver's licenses for people who are too poor to pay their court costs and fees. So if you had some type of ticket and you couldn't pay it because you were too poor to pay, then Virginia, we would suspend your driver's license. So now you can't get to work. Now you can't take your child to school. Now you can't go to the grocery store. And they made absolutely no sense. We had a continuous cycle of punishing people for being poor in Virginia. So I was able to end that. But as governor, I will be bolder. I will address one of the largest contributors to mass incarceration, which is our cash bail system. Cash bail means that if you are charged with a crime, then you go before a judge or a magistrate, and they determine if you are going to go home and await your court date, or if you're going to sit in jail and await your court date, or if you're going to have to pay money to get out. So I can tell you that you are more likely to be given a bond, meaning you have to pay money to get out. And if you are too poor to pay for your freedom, you sit in jail until your court date, which could be months away. So I had clients, because they didn't have $100 to their name, would sit in jail for months, losing their job, their homes. I even had clients who lost their children because no one was at the bus stop when those kids got off. So you're more likely in Virginia to be held